Government watchdog organization Judicial Watch working on several important court cases related to top Democrats. Judicial Watch has now announced a new lawsuit against top Democrat Adam Schiff and the House Intel Committee for phone subpoenas targeting President Trump. Also, another big update with the same government watchdog this week. Next month, we should hear from a federal judge on whether Judicial Watch can force a cross-examination from Hillary Clinton on her emails. Article here on this second major case currently being led by Judicial Watch mentions how former Secretary of State and 2016 Democrat presidential nominee Hillary Clinton likely won't know until after New Year's Day if she and her former Chief of Staff, Cheryl Mills, will face direct cross-examination under oath by attorneys for Judicial Watch. On the 19th of December, the judge handling the case delayed the decision on this cross-examination until at least next month, though documents obtained in the litigation against the State Department have already led directly to the public exposure back in March of 2015 of the private Clinton email system she used from 2009 to 2013 to conduct official U.S. diplomatic business. Dozens of highly sensitive classified materials were sent to and from Clinton on the system, which the FBI said was vulnerable to compromise by hackers outside the United States and by foreign intelligence operatives. Meanwhile, the judge that is overseeing this case has called Clinton's email system, quote, one of the gravest modern offenses to government transparency, in a December 2018 ruling that granted Judicial Watch discovery on multiple related issues. In a September ruling in that suit, Lamberth, the judge, encouraged Judicial Watch to, quote, shake this tree and denounced the State Department, saying, quote, there is no FOIA exemption for political expedience, nor is there one for bureaucratic incompetence. So we'll know next month if Hillary Clinton will have to face a direct cross-examination under oath by Judicial Watch. The judge handling the case has already granted Judicial Watch some very important Clinton documents, so that could be a good sign. Have to see what happens with that case going forward. Now looking more at this other new lawsuit also being led by the same government watchdog group, Judicial Watch, announcing it filed a lawsuit against Representative Adam Schiff. They dropped this press release headlined, Judicial Watch sues Representative Schiff and the House Intelligence Committee for phone subpoenas targeting President Trump. Judicial Watch announced it today filed a lawsuit against Representative Adam Schiff, Democrat from California, and the House Intelligence Committee for the controversial subpoenas issued for phone records, including those of Rudy Giuliani, President Trump's lawyer. The phone records led to the publication of the private phone records of Giuliani, Congressman Devin Nunes, journalist John Solomon, Trump attorney Jay Sekulow, and attorney Victoria Tensing, and other American citizens. Judicial Watch filed the lawsuit under the public's common law right of public access to examine government records after it received no response to a December 6, 2019 records request, seeking all subpoenas issued by the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence on or about September 30th, 2019 to any telecommunications provider, including but not limited to AT&T, for records of telephone calls of any individuals. Also, all responses received to the above-referenced subpoenas. Schiff, who is a member of the U.S. House of Representatives and currently serving as chairman of the United States House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence, is being sued in his capacity as chairman of that committee. The new lawsuit states that the records are of critical public importance as the subpoenas were issued without any lawful basis and violated the rights of numerous private citizens. Also, disclosure of the requested records would serve the public interest by providing information about the unlawful issuance of the subpoenas, and that the requested records do fall within the scope of the public's right of access to governmental records as a matter of federal common law. Press release from the group ends saying, quote, Adam Schiff abused his power to secretly subpoena and then publish the private phone records in potential violation of law of innocent Americans. What else is Mr. Schiff hiding? Asked Judicial Watch President Tom Fitton. He went on to say, quote, Schiff and his committee ran roughshod over the rule of law in pursuit of the abusive impeachment of President Trump. This lawsuit serves as a reminder that Congressman Schiff and Congress are not above the law. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens with this case going forward. In our last video, we looked at a few comments made by Adam Schiff on another investigation ongoing against Democrats led by John Durham, who is investigating senior Obama officials. Then Adam Schiff and the mainstream media started freaking out amid news that this had turned into a criminal investigation. One Business Insider headline saying the House Democrats say the Justice Department is orchestrating political revenge for President Trump amid reports it is opening a criminal investigation into the origins of the Mueller probe. Hearing the news that John Durham was leading a criminal investigation into Obama administration officials, Schiff and Nadler made a statement saying, quote, if the Department of Justice may be used as a tool of political retribution or to help the president with a political narrative for the next election, the statement continued, the rule of law will suffer new and irreparable damage. So investigating the Democrats' crimes will somehow cause irreparable damage to the rule of law, was the excuse given by Schiff and Nadler. Now, there was another major related update just yesterday as a court ordered a review of all FISA filings handled by an FBI lawyer who is facing a criminal investigation. Washington Examiner, summarizing a report on the Foreign Intelligence Court, ordered review of all Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act filings handled by Kevin Kleinsmith, the FBI lawyer who altered a key document about Trump campaign associate Carter Page. The FISA court confirmed Kleinsmith had been referred to the Justice Department for a possible criminal investigation. The judge leading the FISA court ordered the DOJ to bring it up to speed on everything it had learned about Kleinsmith's conduct and to explain why there was a delay between the conclusion of Inspector General Michael Horowitz's investigation and the court being told what misconduct had been unearthed. Specifically, the FISA court ordered the DOJ to, quote, identify all other matters currently or previously before this court that involved the participation of Kleinsmith. The court also ordered the DOJ to describe any steps taken or to be taken by the Department of Justice or FBI to verify that the United States submissions in those matters completely and fully described the material facts and circumstances, unlike the Page FISA filings. Third, court ordered the DOJ to advise whether the conduct of Kleinsmith has been, quote, referred to the appropriate bar associations for investigation or possible disciplinary action. This follows up on news that several months before its first FISA filing against Page, the FBI was informed Page had been a source of information for the CIA in the past, a fact the Bureau failed to include in its initial filing or any of its renewals. A liaison from the CIA reminded Kleinsmith, who was a part of the team reviewing the Page FISA filings, about Page's previous relationship with the agency, but instead of accurately informing the FBI supervisory agent so that the FISA court could be properly informed, Kleinsmith altered the email to falsely state that Page was not a source. So Kleinsmith actually altered the document to say the opposite of the truth. The public order follows a scathing letter from the judge directed at the Bureau, released earlier this week. The judge had said, quote, "The FBI's handling of the Carter-Page applications as portrayed in the Horowitz report was antithetical to the heightened duty of candor described above." The judge worried that the sheer number of FISA process abuses by the Bureau during their investigation into Page might mean the problem was widespread throughout the FBI's hundreds of other FISA investigations. Kleinsmith was an attorney with the FBI's National Security and Cyber Law Branch. He worked under FBI General Counsel James Baker and Deputy General Counsel Tricia Anderson. He also worked on the Hillary Clinton email investigation and the Trump-Russia investigation, even working on Special Counsel Robert Mueller's team for a time. In a highly critical July 2018 Inspector General report on the FBI's Clinton emails investigation, Kleinsmith was criticized at least 56 times as being one of the FBI officials who appeared to convey a bias against President Trump in instant messages, along with Peter Strzok and FBI lawyer Lisa Page, both of whom have left the Bureau. In a lengthy instant message exchange between Kleinsmith and another FBI employee on November 9, 2016, the day after President Trump's electoral victory, he lamented Trump's win and worried about the role he played in the investigation into the president and his campaign. He said, "My name is all over the legal documents investigating his staff. So who knows if that breaks to him, what is he going to do?" Other messages showed Kleinsmith, listed in Horowitz' 2018 report as FBI Attorney 2, expressed favor toward Clinton and said "Vive la Resistance" in the weeks after Trump's win. So this court has now ordered a review of all FISA filings handled by this FBI lawyer who is facing a criminal investigation. Please tell me what you think about this news or the other lawsuit going on against Adam Schiff, and the lawsuit also led by Judicial Watch on the Clinton emails. We will know next month whether Clinton will be forced to answer a cross-examination under oath. A lot more also going on. If you could give this video a thumbs up, that's greatly appreciated, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Thanks everybody that has been sharing these videos and sharing the channel to help get this info out there. And in the video description are links to my Patreon and PayPal accounts where you can support the channel directly, patreon.com/realityreader and paypal.me/realityreader. I'll follow up soon. Thanks again.